All right, welcome back, everybody. We're back from the Team Real show. It's actually like a week later. Uh, Julie and I got caught a bug while we were over there. She got it first, and I thought it was going to skip me and not get it, but I ended up getting it. It's like a head sinus infection type thing. Not sure. Maybe just going back to California, it's really humid there. But whatever. So I've been just kind of laying low and resting a little bit. I did make it out to the shop a little bit yesterday and just kind of cleaned up from the trailer, getting the stickers on the trailer. The shop was a disaster. So the truck is still in the same status as I left it before the show. I still got the same stuff to do there, get the Zeus's drilled and the rev nuts installed for the dash, but the tins on the cab are all done. But now what I got going on is, not that I need another project, but you might know Julie and I bought an RV, here probably 8 or 9 months ago. And it was going to be part of our fleet for racing and stuff. A lot of our races are very remote, and an RV really makes it nice sometimes. Don't have to stay in hotels all the time or just tent camp it, right? My initial goal when we were searching for an RV was to find something with a diesel in it that can pull, because we have lots of trailers and multiple race vehicles, and just having the capability of something to pull. I couldn't really find anything. Everything out there is like really expensive and the inventory is really low. We wanted something really short and we could take off road, and we ended up settling for the RV that we have, and it was a good price. It was in decent shape. It's a 2002, and it was 26 feet long, which is longer than what I wanted, but the price was right. And we went through it, and we bought it, we gutted it, and completely remodeled it, and I'll show you that in a minute. And it ran great. We bought it in Vegas when we drove it over the hill back to home. It ran great, and then we gutted it and restored it, and then it developed a miss. And my buddy Scott came over, helped me for many hours over multiple days, cleaning out and flushing the fuel system and replacing everything in the fuel system. Ignition coils, spark plugs, wires, injectors. We flushed the entire fuel system, new fuel pump, fuel filters, throttle positioning sensor, everything, the works. Replaced all the hoses that were cracked and brittle, and it ran a lot better, but it still has a miss on cylinder number 1. It's a Triton V10. I don't know much about those motors, except the mechanics that I've called and kind of given them the symptoms of what it's doing. And from their professional hypothesis is that it either has a bad head gasket, or more than likely, it has floated the rocker on the number 1 intake valve off, because they rev at crazy RPMs. And I guess that's a common thing. It is a van style Econoline 450. So getting access into it is a real pain in the ass. And it's something I don't want to deal with. We've put enough into it that it's nice enough if somebody wants to tackle the engine issue and spend probably, I don't know, a couple thousand on it in a shop, or maybe you're savvy enough to do it themselves. That's kind of what we were thinking. So with that being said, we're falling back to our original idea of what we wanted for our RV living and chase vehicle, which was kind of an expedition overlander type ride. And when Brandon bought his Freightliner, that's still out here, let me show you, we really liked the idea of having a medium duty semi-truck style rig. And we, for quite a while, we've been kicking around the idea of trying to find something like what Brandon did, a 4-door medium duty truck that we could put an overlander type expedition camp setup on it, with 4 doors. You know, Brandon's got the big sleeper on his. So we really liked this idea. Not this big of a setup, obviously. Our trailer's a lot smaller, but that's kind of what we're leaning to. So we started looking and seeing what was out there, and we actually found a really cool looking ex-military International. It's an old S1900, the big diesel in it, and it's in really good shape, low miles. It's a 1986, but it's only got 30,000 miles on it because it lived on an Air Force base its entire life. So been talking to the gentleman about maybe working on a trade, and he's super interested, so that's what I'm doing today. I'm going to meet up with him and show him the RV and check out the rig and see if we can make a deal. With that being said, there's a lot of cool videos coming up of us building some sort of expedition, big monster overlander rig. So, like I said, not that I need any more projects. But yeah, if that works out today, then you'll see that. Overall, the truck's coming along fine. Once I get a little better with my head cold thing going on, I'll get out here and get back on it. And everything up here is pretty much done. I'm going to finish buttoning up the exhaust, drilling those 10 work pieces, like I said, and then I'll flip it around and get the back end all done. I have all the tubing on the rack for all that back there. Got it all marked and drawn out of how I'm going to do that. I should be able to knock it out in a couple of days. It's not going to be that big a deal. Once that's done, then like I said, I'll pull it up front here and get the wiring going and see if we can get that engine fired up here soon. And then I can work on the race pack. As for our chassis, I've been talking to my business partner and great friend Henry to see what we want to do with this. I've been toting it around, showing it, and it's been getting a lot of good attention. We really wanted to sell this as a roller to a happy customer. We still would like to, but it's not a huge priority for us. This was going to be our main display one that we showed to everybody. But since we created this one, we have come up with even more changes to our second generation, I guess you could call it. So we're kind of thinking that we're just going to build this and build it up and make it a race truck and run it. And then our customers will get our new chassis with the new changes. They're subtle changes, but they're big changes that make it even easier for the customer to build. So we thought, well, since our new product from here on out isn't going to be exactly like this, maybe we should just build this up. So we're still kicking it around. I got sponsors to talk to and see who's going to be on board to help us do it. But I think we're going to take maybe a year or two and get this thing built up and race it. Maybe even sooner than that. But, it's a lot of work to do, building two of these things. But that's what we do. So, I don't know. We'll see. You might see that thing rolling. I don't know. All right, anyway, I'm rambling on. I'm going to get some footage of the RV that we built up. I don't think I've done any filming on it. And then meet up with this gentleman this afternoon, and we'll see what we can do. Cool. See you. So here's our RV that we built. Still needs a little bit of work, little TLC. We weren't exactly done with it, but we completely renovated everything inside. All new appliances, all new floor, all new furniture, not just reupholstered, but all brand new. It was pretty clean to begin with. We came in, painted it, and fixed a couple of issues, especially in the shower I'll get to. All new TVs and sound system. The shower install, completely gutted this whole shower out and rebuilt it and made it a tad bit bigger. Put in a whole new pan, a new controls, and they're residential, so it's easier to work on. New ceiling fan. Slider door. These doors are like $300, so we put a good door in it. All new bathroom, all new toilet, sink, everything. All the faucets and appliances are all brand new. And then the ice master, again, Everything brand new. So we put a lot into it, and our plan was, well, it's not exactly what we want. We'll see how it works. But in the end, it's not going to work for us. I think it's too big, and we can't pull anything with it. And the engine needs a little TLC, and we just don't want to hassle with it. We need something that does exactly what we need. So yeah, we'll see what this guy does. It's a pretty neat looking International that he's got. We found it on Facebook Marketplace, and see what he says. It's dirty. Tires are brand new. It's been sitting out behind the shop for the last few months, so it's got pretty dusty and dirty. It was all white and that typical ugly looking RV mellow yellow color. We painted it with that good durable, I don't know what it's called, Rust-Oleum industrial coating or something. So anyway, we'll see what happens. All right, here it is. We went ahead and made the deal. This beast is a 1986 S1600. It's got the 7.3 diesel in it, manual or automatic transmission. The interior is pretty nice. It's only 2 owners on this. It was purchased by the United States Air Force, and it spent, oh, that door's locked. It spent most of its life on an Air Force base as a stateside. And then a gentleman bought it, didn't really do anything with it, and then the kid that I got it from planned on using it as a service truck, but ended up changing his plans. It only has 33,000 miles on it, and we confirmed that. The thing runs awesome. Only one little issue is the radiator's a bit rotted out. It looks like it took a rock or something through it. So we'll get a new radiator on order. Our plan is to clean up the flatbed, repair these boxes, and put a truck style cab over camper on it, and then just box it all in and do what we do and clean it up and do the interior. It's got nice captain seating in it already. It's pretty comfortable, but we'll go through and just modernize all that. But really low miles, runs great. One of the first things we're going to do is get rid of these Dayton style wheels and the split rims. They're just too dangerous, and we're going to be driving this a lot on the highway. The tires, these must be recaps because they're starting to separate. It needs tires anyway. We're going to get rid of the duals and go to a super single in the back and change it over to Hub Pilot hubs, and probably run a pretty aggressive looking conventional heavy duty tire on it. Maybe go to 40s. It sits kind of stink bug a little bit, so we might lift the front end just a couple inches and put a more aggressive wider tire on there. But as you can see, it's got a lot of potential. It's already rhino lined. We would end up doing that anyway. Looks like the boxes got broke into at some point in time, but I'll pull those off and repair them because we do want to use them. My idea is this is long enough and at the right height, I can put an outdoor kitchen that maybe swings out, maybe a grill and a griddle that swings out and makes an outdoor kitchen or something like that. So we're still in the drawing board and the planning phase of this project, but I think it's going to work a lot better for us. We haul a lot of very heavy trailers and equipment, and we need or can use the sleeping quarters at the same time. So making kind of a Toter-Home expedition type rig, overlander, I guess you call them now, is what our plan is. So yeah, pretty excited about it. We're gonna take our time with this project and just plan it out and go slow. We got so many other things going on, but this is on the to-do list. So stay tuned for this because we're gonna vlog this whole build. Should be pretty fun.